These are the 7 best stocks that I can find because I own all of these. Okay, let's start with SoFi. So SoFi, as you can tell, is already in a big, beautiful uptrend, 10 over 20, price over 50. And let's go into OVTLYR. We can see we got a buy signal on SoFi, which is the signal that I took. We have a green overlay, meaning it's in a bullish uptrend. It's getting more greedy, less fearful. The financial sector is also getting more greedy, less fearful, and has more buy signals with more uptrends growing. So SoFi is the top of my list for the stocks in the best stocks in the market. Let's go to the next one, VKTX, Viking Therapeutics. I bought this one on Monday and I still hold it today. It's already had a nice big move up. And let's go look at Viking real quick, VKTX. We can see it's getting less fearful, more greedy. The buy signal right there is what I'm talking about. It's got a green overlay, meaning a bullish trend. The sector, healthcare sector, is getting much more greedy, rising very quickly, and it's got very bullish breadth and more uptrends. So Viking Therapeutics is my second best stock that I can see out in the market. Let's go to BE. This is Bloom Energy Corporation, which actually is in the which sector is this in? BE is in the industrial sector, not the energy sector. I don't know why, it just is. That's the buy signal that came through, and this is the one that I bought. All right, over on Thursday, that's the one that I bought. It's getting more and more greedy. It's got a bullish trend, and the industrial sector, again, getting less and less fearful, more and more greedy. But we do have a slight contraction in the number of buy signals, but breadth is still crossed over, and a slight contraction in the number of uptrends versus downtrends. Now, because of that, that does give me a little hesitation. I wouldn't have put this on today, but I'm already up on the trade, and it still looks great as a setup, so I'm still holding BE. SGI. This is one I also own as well. Let's go to SGI. This is in the discretionary sector, which is getting way more bullish as well. And you can see less fearful, more greedy. There's the buy signal that I took, 10 over 20, price over 50. Green overlay helps you know when that's happening. And it's getting more and more greedy. So SGI is still looking super, super sharp. SE. SE is in the discretionary sector. There's the buy signal I took, 10 over 20, price over 50, getting way less fearful, much more greedy. The discretionary sector, of course, we talked about it earlier, is getting more and more greedy. And there's SE that I took. And the next of the best stocks is Delta Airlines in the industrial sector. We already talked about the industrial sector, getting more greedy with the buy signal, 10 over 20, price over 50, and it's moving up right there. And then lastly, of the 7, the one that I bought on Friday is SRAD. And looking at SRAD, it is getting in the discretionary sector, where you talked about that, less and less fearful, more and more greedy, 10 over 20, price over 50. And this, like I say, is one that I just bought. In fact, I think I need to move it. Oh, that's not SRAD. That's right there. SRAD is right there. So yeah, those are my 7 best stocks out in the market right now. But you probably want to look at some of the other ones that you've been listening to for a long time, right? Like, how about Robinhood? Let's go take a look at Robinhood. Well, first off, Robinhood has a big order block on top of it. Because of that, it's going to be a lot of overhead resistance. The buyers who came through just a few days ago are going to turn into sellers. And that's what we're seeing right here. It really is struggling to get through. So even though it has a bullish trend, and let's go look at Hood real quick. Even though it has that bullish trend, it definitely has a lot of overhead resistance. And if you can imagine this, it has a sell signal on Robinhood. Now, one that just might pique your interest is United Healthcare. United Healthcare. This is so funny because I talked about this one last week and I told you stay away from United Healthcare. Look at this big, ugly, nasty downtrend. However, a lot can change very quickly. And as a trader, you need to adapt to what the market is showing you. And we can see this uptrend change very, very quickly with Warren Buffett announcing that he is buying United Healthcare. And OVTLYR came through with a buy signal on Thursday, which was which candle? This candle. This candle right here before the enormous move up of 12% on United Healthcare. So take that as you may. Take that as you may. It's getting, it actually floored out on the fear and started moving up towards greed. The healthcare sector, as you know, has really, really strong. We covered that earlier. And UNH, man, what a crazy move that had. AMD. Boy, I had the trolls this week. Coming down, telling me how wrong I was about AMD. How wrong am I? Right? AMD is sitting still in this order block, the same order block I've been telling you about that happened in July of last year. It's still struggling to get through there. This is an area where all the buyers are hanging out and they got stuck. And now they're finally getting to break even. And so they're selling out as fast as they can. If you're buying AMD, it's like driving your Tesla Model Y Performance. You put it in sport mode that goes 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and it's blazingly fast. And you have decided you're going to drive it straight at a wall. Okay. One of the two things is going to happen. You're either going to crash through the wall and it's going to push up higher, or you're going to crash in the wall and nobody's going anywhere. Both of those are hard impacts. And this is what's happening exactly in AMD. It is impacting this big wall of sellers. So be realistic here. This is not the time to be buying AMD. If AMD goes over this around 188 or so, that's where I would be interested, but not anywhere before that. Now let's go look at a competitor to AMD, which is Nvidia. Looking at Nvidia, let's actually hang on real quick. I want to look at AMD in OVTLYR because we've had a buy signal, this like literally doubling from around 70 to around 180, more than doubling. Got a sell signal last week. Now, tell me I'm lying because that buy signal came right here, April 28th, all the way to August 12th. Now, I wouldn't be taking this one up here. Reason being is that it's getting less and less greedy. And realistically speaking, when you see a stock go from, in the fear all the way pegging out near the top at 89 on the fear and greed scale, I would be looking for a snapback to come. And AMD is really struggling through that overhead resistance right there. And I don't know when it's going to go through. Let's go to Nvidia now. Let's go to Nvidia. There we go. We're getting a little bit of noise on these signals up here. That's not good. That's not good. I would be taking that as I need to get out of this trade. Now, also, right, Nvidia's fear and greed has been getting less greedy, a lot more fearful for a while now, The tech sector, it's working for you, but the stock itself with this fear, with the buy and sell signals kind of coming through like that, that's a big red flag. That's something I would be getting out of, especially with the fear and greed going down. Let's look at a couple more. How about Palantir? Ooh, tell me order blocks don't work. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try telling me order blocks don't work because I got the receipts to show you all day, every day that they do. AMD is a perfect example of one right here, and Palantir has made another example of one, right? This is where buyers are trapped, and those buyers, when they're trapped, they turn into sellers. So this huge move up right here, this gap and go. In fact, let me remove my drawings on this. This is what's called a gap and go, where it gaps up and then it continues up higher after earnings, okay? But if it came back down below this low of the candle right here, so if it had come up and then come right back down within 3 candles, that'd be considered a gap and crap. This had a gap and go. However, a close under the 10 EMA, which you see right there, that is an exit signal for me. That is one that I would not be owning today, for sure not. Let's go look at Palantir inside of OVTLYR real quick. Let's go look at Palantir over here. Also in the tech sector. And the fear and greed is definitely moving down. We still have, actually, we have a sell signal on Friday. So sell signal on Palantir might be time to get out because Palantir is not looking very strong. Let's finish up with Tesla. Tesla, once again, tell me, go ahead and tell me in the chat. You can try, but it ain't going to be right. Tell me order blocks don't work. Look at this. It's had such support down here, right? Let's see what OVTLYR says about it on Tesla. Now, I'm not a Tesla hater. I own a Tesla car. As I mentioned earlier, a Model Y Performance. Has the buy signal come through? It's getting less fearful, more greedy. The discretionary sector, this is not a tech stock. This is in the discretionary sector, is pushing up bullishly as well. So Tesla might have some legs right here. It might have some legs right here. So listen, if this was any help at all, I want to help you out even more by letting you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk by clicking one of these 2 videos, and we'll talk soon.